My name is Shamarke. I'm from MMRTI. Me and my group mates Milian and Maymuna worked on a project about parking in the Yesler community. We wanted to understand the issue better, so we talked to many people in the neighborhood. By listening to their concerns, we were able to identify the main problems with parking in our area.
How is parking for you in the community?
Parking in the community, for me, at first, it was terrible. But because I'm disabled, I fought for parking in my garage. I put notes on everybody's cars asking them to not park in one of the ADA spots because I literally couldn't park anywhere in the garage.
I don't really own a car, but my parents own a car, and when I drive their car, it's kind of annoying and frustrating. I used to have my sister living with us, so we'd have two cars, and we would only have one space in the garage in Hambay, and man, I would have to fight for parking.
For me, it's okay. I don't have any problems because I get lucky. I don't really drive in Yesler, or I don't really drive as much, so I usually have a parking spot all the time, or I know what times to come back to.
Why is parking bad in the neighborhood?
Because the city of Seattle wants to put thousands of units in a small area without enough parking for all the units.
I just think Yesler is kind of overpopulated. You know, there's so many units, and there's so many jobs around here, downtown, really local, so I feel like that drives a lot of people towards Yesler, leading to, people using their parking spaces.
Overcrowded population, not enough parking space, so you're putting multi-families in small apartments and giving them only one parking spot, and most families have more than one car, especially if they're a family of 3 or 4 or more. They usually have 2 cars, and so the issue is you can park one car, but then you won't find parking outside of that because of construction or street parking, or you have to pay parking, and yeah, that's mainly the issue.
Any solutions to parking?
There isn't, because we have too many residential units in a small area. In a 6-block, 7-block radius, by the time 2027, there's going to be over 3,100 units.
They say they added parking, but honestly, I don't see the difference. I can give you an example. I'm a resident, but I'm also an employee, right? I will get parking no matter what. If I can't find parking where I live, I can go into the other buildings and park if I need to, because I have a SHA employee badge parking spot, right? However, if I want to have friends over, it's really hard because they can't find parking, so I don't have as much friends visiting me. I usually go visit them because of the parking issues that we have.
How do you think parking is for residents?
For residents, it's terrible. First of all, we have so many people that don't live in the neighborhood that work, like at Harborview, wherever else they're going to work in our neighborhood. They use the parking, and people that, like doctors and nurses, come do home visits, they come visit me, and there's no parking for them. So I have to break the rule and sneak them in our garage.
How do you think SHA is handling complaints or issues related to parking?
The thing that SHA can't handle is they don't own the city. They only own the buildings where the residents live. Residents only have so many parking spots in their building. Like my building has 119 units, Red Cedar, but there's only 78 parking spots. We cannot fit all of the vehicles if every single unit, even half, because we also have SHA vehicles in our garages, and that takes up residential parking as well.
Are there any more upcoming projects or developments that might affect parking in the neighborhood?
Yeah, so currently there is, Juniper is being built, which is behind Homai. That's construction, but it won't affect parking as much because it's down the street. However, up by Harborview, there's still 2 construction sites happening, and they're affecting parking majorly. You can't park on 8th, I think it's 8th Street or 9th Street completely because there's construction. The only time you can park there is Saturday night and Sunday without getting a ticket, right? So unless construction is on site, we have enough parking, but when they're on site, they take a lot of our parking spots. So does Harborview workers.
Do you think residents have a voice towards SHA?
See, that's something I don't know, but in my community, I do have a voice. I could probably talk to some representatives, but on my own, I'd say I have a voice, but not as strong.
Yes, I do. We all have voices. Our voices are powerful. They are useful. I use my voice to advocate for homelessness and housing, and we are part of housing.